Danny is with us in Orlando. Hi, Danny. How are you?
Hey there. Hi, Dave.
Hey, how can I help today, sir?
Well, I got to tell you first that I've read your books. I brought my daughters to your live event in Orlando, and I've even offered to buy your program, your Financial Peace University, for my staff.
Wow, thank you.
So I really believe, you're welcome, I really believe in the message that you're giving.
Thank you.
And I've got, you're welcome. I've got kind of it's a small problem. I just need a little financial marital counseling on an issue.
Okay.
Now, I have a wonderful wife. You couldn't ask for a nicer person.
Mm-hmm.
But she thinks that I should divest myself of a particular car that I own. It's my midlife crisis sports car that I really don't drive very much at all. But she thinks it's not practical to have this car sitting in my garage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What is it?
This is a 1992 Acura NSX sports car. I've had it since it was new, 25 years ago.
Okay. You bought it brand new. Okay.
Brand new.
Before her.
Well before her. Yes.
Okay. All right. And so what is the car worth?
It's probably $35,000-$40,000 now. Wow.
It's done well. Okay.
Well, I paid $50,000 for it, but that's 25 years ago.
Yeah, I'm shocked it hadn't gone down more than that. Okay, and so what is your household income?
Oh, probably $250,000 a year.
All right. And what is your net worth?
Pushing close to $3 million.
Okay. Well, I don't know why you would sell that car. It's absolutely no. You should keep that car.
Doggone right, I should keep that car, Dave.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you how I made. Let me tell you how I made the decision. Okay. Here's how you make the decision. The car she's exactly right. It's completely impractical. It's a toy.
Yes.
Okay. It's emotional, but this is like asking her to sell her wedding ring, and she doesn't realize that.
I would never ask her to do that.
Right. And it's a car you've had for 25 years. It's a car that actually means something to you, number one. Number two, it is a ultra small percentage of your net worth. If you had called me up and said, I make $60,000 a year, we're broken in debt, and I love my car, I would have said, wah, little boy, sell your car. But you're not broken in debt. You're worth $3 million. You could drive this car off a cliff and you wouldn't even notice. It doesn't change your net worth one iota. Okay? It's such a small percentage of your world, it doesn't matter. It's like most people buying a biscuit. Okay? And so it doesn't matter. It just sits there. Now,
tell him why you want to keep it.
I tell you, I've got my co-pilot here.
Yeah, I can tell.
You understand. So I am afraid that this would be one of those cars that if you sell it, 10 years from now, you'll see it on TV.
I don't even
at the auction.
I don't even care about. I don't even care about that. The point is, it's a toy. You like it.
Yes.
And it's so freaking small a percentage of your world, it does not matter.
Yes.
If it becomes worth $1 tomorrow, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change your life.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's how you justify a toy. You do it on ratios, and that's like this friend of mine just bought a jet. He just bought a $10 million jet. Okay. And that's a nice jet.
Very.
But he's worth $2 billion. $10 million as a percentage of $2 billion? That's like this car for you, or like most people buying a biscuit. It doesn't affect his world. $10 million in my world? I grew up in Antioch, Tennessee. $10 million, that's what we call a lot of money. A $40,000 car sitting in your garage is what we call a lot of money. I grew up that way, but it's a small percentage of your world, and that's how you can tell if you're out of whack or not with this. It's just a toy. It's just a toy. It's just an expensive toy. And so if she wants to renovate the dining room and spend $40,000, it's that you can afford it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
And if you want to go on a vacation and spend $10,000 on a cruise, you can afford it. Do it.
Yeah.
You make $250,000 freaking dollars a year, and you're debt free, and you're worth $3 million. You have done it, man. You've worked like no one else, and you enjoy some of it. I want you to be outrageously generous on the other hand, and I want you to be wise and continually investing. And I don't want you to go buy something that costs $1 million. It's a toy. That would be out of line in your world.
Yes, sir.
But this is a small percentage of your world. And so that's why you win the argument. She is correct that it is a useless, impractical thing. But so what?
Dave, you're the man.
So what? It's useless. No, she wins that part of the argument. I get that she doesn't get it. I don't blame her for that part. She's actually using common sense. But it's it's lint on the lint brush, you know?
Yes.
And that's the way you look at it. And so, I've had to learn to work with that, working with wealthy people, because I couldn't emotionally grasp, and I caught myself saying stupid butt stuff like, no one should ever spend that much for a ... And all that is poor man thinking. That's all that is. That's loser talk. No one should ever have a house that big. No one should ever have 2 houses. No one should ever have a $10 million jet. No one should ever have a $40,000 toy. I said stupid stuff like that. And I had to quit doing that because when I look up and I realize for some people, ratio-wise, it's lint on a lint brush. And if that's what it is, then you can afford to do it. If you can, burn it in the backyard in next week's bonfire and it doesn't change your life, then you can afford to, quote, waste the money, unquote, for enjoyment purposes. And that's fine. That's why you work. But also be generous, be giving, be helping others with this wonderful net worth and this wonderful income. Have that as part of the mix. I'm sure you are. You told me you're sending your employees through a financial piece and you're doing other stuff, I'm sure, at your church or whatever. That kind of stuff's all great. But it just doesn't matter. And it's just like me. I'm looking at my buddy's $10 million jet. Gee, man, it's a dadgum incredible. It's a sweet ride, I'll just tell you, man. But it's a small percentage of his $2 billion world. $1 billion. Y'all think about that with me. That's 1,000 million. That's 1,000 million. He's got 2,000 million. And out of 2,000 million, he spent 10 of them. You see what I mean? As a ratio, that's not much. That's like having $200,000 and spending $10,000. Think about it. It didn't change your life, right? You'd be all right. But you don't even feel it hardly. It doesn't move the needle. And that's not being wasteful at that stage of the game. So hold on, Danny. That's a wonderful question. Made my day to get to answer it. And I'm glad the co-pilot was there. It was a fun discussion. Hang on, I'm going to send you a copy of the book, The Legacy Journey. You too read that. You will enjoy it. It's where we discuss wealth. All my other books are about money. The Legacy Journey is about wealth. Wealth is different than money. Money creates wealth, but wealth is different than money. It's a different subject, and it's a different subject biblically. For those of us that are Christians, those of us that are people of faith. The Bible addresses wealth differently than it addresses money. Money is transactional. Money is the thing we use to buy food for our kids and that kind of thing. Wealth is different. Wealth has more problems with it, but more opportunities with it. And one of the things is that you are encouraged scripturally to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Not to be a hedonist and not to be braggadocious, but, enjoy it. And I've got some nice cars. I've got a classic car. I drove it Sunday out in the sun. My wife and I put the top down, drove. I got a 1960 Corvette I bought the other day. It's a sweetie. Looks like a Marilyn Monroe car, right? Sharon out driving around. Sharon's got her little hat on. I'm not driving Miss Daisy. It was a lot of fun. 2 old people riding around in this cool car. It was neat. And but hey, it's a small percentage of my world. A small percentage of my world. A very small percentage of my world. So, hey, thanks for listening. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.